Dead Island 2 is finally here, and with all the brutal combat, all the amazing gameplay we've seen so far, we have a ton of things to go over. We want to go over all of the characters, all of their skills and abilities to make sure you pick the correct character. There are a ton of them. There are 6 individual characters in this game. Each have different backstories, different skills and abilities that they can use, different specializations, and overall different ways they can make the game better and more fun for you to play. Dead Island 2 is based in LA, where you're going to meet a ton of different people to help survive the crazy zombie apocalypse that is LA. You're going to need to learn survival skills, techniques, fighting styles, and master each character's individual stats and abilities to best survive against all of these different zombies. Not only are there a wide range of zombie types in this game, but I'm sure there are about a million ways to assassinate zombies, whether that's melee combat, gun combat, other skills and specializations, all kinds of weapons like tasers, to bats, to everything in between. That being said, we're going to go over all the characters right now, so that way you can pick the character playstyle that best fits you and will be the most fun. First, we're going to start off with Amy. Now, Amy is an agile, quick character to use. She's a very competitive character that's going to be similar to a roguelike character, where she's going to be able to bounce around, move, and be very agile around the map and around enemies. Her innate skills are Relief Pitcher, which we'll go over in a minute, and Divide and Conquer. Now, like I said, Amy is going to be your quick character to use, so if you want to be able to move around very fast, go with Amy. Now, her innate skills Relief Pitcher means she regains stamina when hitting a zombie with a weapon throw, enhancing her agility, and Divide and Conquer, which means Amy gets a minor damage boost when she attacks isolated zombies by themselves. You can see her attributes here, maxing out her agility category as well as critical damage. So if you want a character with very solid movement and quick abilities to get out of the way and attack zombies, you're going to want Amy. Next, we have Bruno, which is going to be an overall medium build character. Bruno is going to be good across a multiple different set of areas. Bruno is going to be another high damage attack character. So if you're looking to do a massive amount of critical damage, go with Bruno. Bruno's innate skills are the following. They are Backstab, and they are also Rapid Reprisal. Both of these different skills take advantage of the high critical damage that Bruno deals out to enemies. Bruno's Backstab gets a moderate damage boost when attacking from behind. Again, just adding to his critical damage, and Rapid Reprisal, which boosts Bruno's agility and heavy attack charges when he avoids attack with a block or a charge. Bruno will be maxing out critical damage and almost agility, as well as overall moderate stats for the rest. Next, we have Carla. Carla is going to be a tanky character that's going to be built for taking damage. She's going to be able to stop a lot of the zombie attacks that you come up across, and she's going to be able to tank the most damage among all the characters, meaning if you're worried about defense, Carla is your girl. Now, Carla's innate skills are the following. They are Mosh Pit and Dig Deep. Both of these skills are going to fall in line with the defensive abilities and crowd control abilities for Carla. Carla's skill Mosh Pit means she gets a minor damage boost when close to multiple zombies, again helping for crowd control, and Big Deep, which means Carla gets a moderate, and Big Deep, which means Carla gets a moderate toughness boost while health is critical, boosting Carla's survivability skill. And you can see her maxed out skills here are Resilience 5 out of 5, Toughness a 4 out of 5, Stamina 3 out of 5, and Health Recovery 3 out of 5, as well as Peak Health 3 out of 5, meaning she's going to be the tankiest character and the character with the most defense to go out and just run through zombies and tank the most damage possible. Next, we have Danny. Danny is going to be a high health and stamina build, as well as a moderate overall damage buff. Danny is going to be a moderate level character when it comes to damage, but again going to have the health and stamina to be able to run across the map and take a decent amount of damage. Danny's innate skills are Thunderous as well as Bloodlust. Both of these skills are going to help her deal additional damage on top of the moderate damage she already does to enemies to make best use of all the stamina and other stats that she does have. Thunderstruck means Danny's heavy attacks trigger a forceful explosion on impact, dealing damage to a multiple amount of enemies. And Bloodlust, which means Danny regains health when slaying zombies in quick succession. Now you can see here Danny's peak health is a 4 out of 5, as well as her stamina is a 5 out of 5, giving her the most ability to deal a solid amount of damage to enemies because of her increased max stamina and a decent agility and critical damage rating, as well as toughness. All of of 3 out of 5, and although Dani only has a health recovery of 1 out of 5, she will be able to regain health again with the Bloodlust ability when slaying multiple zombies very quickly. Next we have Jacob, which is going to almost be the male version of Dani. Jacob is going to be a character with a lot of health that's going to be able to deal a solid amount of damage. Those are going to be his two primary stat lines, meaning if you just want a character that has a bunch of health and can just go through a bunch of zombies, you're going to want to go with Jacob. Innate skills are Frenzy and Critical Gains. Both of these pair very well with Jacob's ability to do a lot of critical damage as well as sustain a lot of hits. Now the name of his first skill may be wrong here, but it's going to allow Jacob to get a stackable minor damage boost when attacking in quick succession, meaning when hitting multiple zombies in a row, you're going to get small damage boosts that are going to stack to increase over time, meaning Jacob can dish out a bunch of damage to a group of enemies that are all together. As well as Critical Gains, meaning Jacob's critical hits when stamina is low get a moderate critical damage boost and regain stamina. And since Jacob's peak health and stamina is a very high rating here with 5 out of 5 and 4 out of 5, and his critical damage fairly high as well at a 3 out of 5, as Jacob deals damage with critical hits and his stamina eventually gets low, you're going to get a moderate critical damage boost and actually regain stamina, and hopefully you should be able to repeat that loop for a solid amount of damage over time amongst all enemies. And finally we have Ryan, and Ryan is going to be a male tank character that's going to be able to do a decent amount of damage, but is going to be able to withstand a lot of hits, has a lot of stamina, and be able to go across the map with ease without really worrying about dying as much as a lot of the other characters. His innate skills are Retaliation and Seesaw. Now both of these skills are very unique in terms of Ryan's survivability compared to a lot of other characters, and they allow him to definitely go across the map much easier. Retaliation means Ryan gets a moderate force boost when using block or dodge to avoid an attack, and Seesaw means Ryan regains health each time he knocks down a zombie. So the more times you knock down a zombie, the better health recovery Ryan has, which honestly seems like a very valuable skill. His health recovery, peak health, resilience, and toughness are very high. You can see this is a max tank or health build. If you want to go with a most defense possible, you may want to go here with Ryan as a character. So there are a bunch of different main characters in Dead Island 2, as you've seen. There are a bunch of different factors to survivability in this game, as well as a bunch of different variation amongst all of the characters. Meaning I honestly believe that this allows Dead Island 2. I believe this allows Dead Island 2 to have a bunch of replayability, since you can basically replay through as a bunch of different characters at once and almost have a unique experience each time you play the game. This combined with a bunch of other things about the game that we already know, such as ability cards and other things, make each character feel completely like their own style of play and allows the gameplay loop to feel unique to each character. Once you get into skills and abilities, you're going to be able to apply a bunch of different things to these characters to allow for them to fully develop and you to make the most out of all of your skills. Guys, let me know in the comments what character you think you're going to be playing and why, and stay tuned on the channel for more Dead Island 2 content coming out all week long. Thanks.